development comes with talks that will be taking place in Egypt, as the Prime Minister instructed the team, led by Strategic Affairs Minister Ron Dermer, to finalize the technical details of the release of the hostages, a priority and first step of this deal. Now, the team will be leaving tonight with plans for talks to begin tomorrow. And I want to reiterate, these are technical talks. Israel's government has agreed to the first phase of this deal, which is the release of all 48 hostages at once. As President Trump confirmed, it has been agreed to. Hamas, the terror organization, will need to release our hostages. Israel's team of negotiators will be meeting in Egypt to iron out these very specific details on the first phase right now. While certain bombings have actually stopped inside of the Gaza Strip, there's no ceasefire in place at this point in time, although there has been this temporary halt in certain bombings. The Prime Minister has given orders actually for defense to fire back for defensive purposes, of course, if there is a threat to their life in the battlefield in Gaza.
We're talking about the conditions to release all the president. The first conditions that the war should stop, as President Trump said. If we release all of the war prisoners, the war gonna stop. The second condition, the Israeli should withdraw from Gaza Strip. The third condition, there is all of the humanitarian help for the people in Gaza, because they are suffering and they are in hunger and they are, you see, in very bad shape because the humanitarian aid closed since many months. Then they should release all of the occupation areas to go back to the border between Gaza and them. This is the kind of conditions need to negotiate about some details about this, because it's impossible to release all of the war prisoner, the bodies or the corpse and the lives war prisoners, because the corpse we need months to looking and digging and remove the rubble. The issues that Hamas, the weapon among Hamas, 90% of their capability, they destroyed it. Then there is nothing with Hamas talking about it, about women. Second thing, we, since in the beginning of this conflict, we told every mediator and everybody there, Hamas resist the occupation. And if the occupation ends and the Palestinians control themselves and there is a Palestinian state, Hamas no longer gonna have any kind of weapon. That mean they're gonna receive all. They sent all of the capabilities and to the Palestinian Authority. That's what we said from the beginning. We don't need the weapon if there is no occupation, and we will never accept anyone out, not Palestinian, to control the Palestinian. This is, but this does not belong to Hamas only. This belongs all of the Palestinian, and the Palestinian Authority and the PLO. They should say what their response about this. And we can't bring someone like Tony Blair to be governor in Gaza.
The plan in general can be divided into three topics. The first topic related to stopping the war immediately, ending suffering, providing aid, the withdrawal of the Israeli occupation forces and the exchange of prisoners. On this front, we welcome the efforts that have been made at the Arab, Islamic and international levels, as well as the efforts of President Donald Trump, and we said, we are ready to enter into direct negotiations to implement the exchange process and prepare the field conditions for this. There are arrangements that must be agreed upon. First of all, the procedures of the exchange of prisoners in terms of the numbers and the preparation of the appropriate environment for the release of the bodies, the stopping of the aggression in order for us to be able to withdraw the Israelis from the areas, the return of the people of Palestine, and to allow aid to enter. All these are arrangements that we are ready to enter immediately in order to accomplish them. There is another aspect in the plan, which is the administration of Gaza after the end of the battle or after the end of the aggression on Gaza. We have renewed our position, which we agreed on with the Palestinians a year ago, with Arab support, and it is to form a Palestinian national organization of independent Palestinian personalities to administrate Gaza, in relation to a certain mechanism with the Palestinian authorities, in order to preserve Palestinian political unity. There is a reality that needs to be acknowledged. This reality relates to living prisoners. Security and field procedures must be in place for their release. Some bodies are buried, some are in occupied areas, and some are the result of destruction and invasion. These need to be checked carefully. This is why we said that direct negotiations are needed to resolve the matter. We are serious about ending this issue as soon as possible, but a deal needs to be reached. In return, Palestinian prisoners must be released. For the Palestinians, the issue of foreign forces entering and administering the Gaza Strip is unacceptable. No Palestinian accepts it, including Hamas and other groups. This is in line with the national Palestinian consensus. Therefore, we propose that the first stage involves an Israeli withdrawal, after which an independent Palestinian National Committee will be established to administer the Gaza Strip. As for future issues, as I said, they need to be discussed within a broad national framework.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.